Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Lucid Blues here with Hunting Pros. Introduce
Hey,
yourself to the
oh,
gang.
hey, fun, glad to be here.
Indeed. So, new series with you guys. We're basically going to be doing a little podcast kind of game review style. And I brought my buddy along here to, have our thoughts on some games. And the first introduction to the games that we're going to be doing is what you see on the screen right now. We're going to be doing the Dying Light series, starting off with Dying Light 1. What are your thoughts on the game overall, Dawson? Because I really like the game.
Overall, I really liked the game too. It was nice and different for the time that it came out. Uh, it was kind of scary because this was a little bit ago, so I was a little bit younger and kind of scared the shit out of me when it was nighttime. But I would say that if it was on a tier list, I would say this is A tier, close to S tier. Really, it was pretty fleshed out. I don't think there's many bugs. Um, but if it was like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say a solid 8.5, almost 9. Not a full 10 out of 10 because it did scare the shit out of me. So,
Yeah,
but
that was fair enough as kids, man. This is an
yeah,
old game. And
oh yeah,
what was really awesome, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but Techland was part of Deep Silver that created the Dead Island series, which I've been playing since a very, very long time. So seeing this game originate from Dead Island was like phenomenal. It was an absolute upgrade in my opinion. Not dissing on the Dead Island series, but
you
overall,
know, you
Dead
need to do
Island
that next too.
for sure, for sure. With the new Dead Island game out, it would definitely be wise to do that. But with the I'm going to start off with the discussion, the combat in this game. Now, from this compared to Dead Island, for example, since two separate companies, the combat in this game was a complete one up with the parkour. It added a complete different aspect to any other zombie game. I really think that Dead Island revolutionized the gaming, like the zombie experience. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. When we actually, I didn't play Dead Island when it first came out. We went back with a couple buddies and played it, right? And for an old game, I try to give the old games as much credit as possible because what the standard that we have today of them, right?
For sure.
They got to be open world, whatever, look fantastic, right? But the old games aren't going to do that. We remember them looking fantastic, but they weren't, but some are. I will give them that. But no, I like the first Dead Island. Uh, it is the same kind of because they are from the studio, but really them doing the parkour and everything, and the combat feels lighter and more what's the word I'm looking for? More oomph behind it, right? Like you actually feel like with the dismemberment system and everything, and but it feels a lot like the old Dead Island, and I like the Dead Island, and this is just a big plus. They did really good with this game. Uh, yeah,
For sure, for sure. And another thing I wanted to mention was the atmosphere of this game. I loved the lighting because compared to the original Dead Island, you were stranded on an
yeah,
island, right? Remember Benoit? You're stranded on
oh
Benoit,
yeah,
and that was more of like a tropical, vacational kind of vibe. It was very colorful, but this game takes it in a completely different direction with like the sewer systems, and you're in the slums, right? You're in a really like just looking around, right? You got gray skies. You've got just very like dark toned colors. It really adds well with the flashlight combo, especially at night. Playing it at nighttime at this game, like Dawson here was saying, was completely different experience back in the day.
yeah, for sure. Especially because they got that little tinge to the game, that little filter on it. Um, that they put into the second game, but I'm not gonna not go into a whole thing on the second game. But just yeah, the lighting, like it's like you can believe this is a city, people lived here, and that's why you can tell where most zombies are. That's where it's mostly populated, right? Like if we go onto the bridge, whole bunch of cars, whole bunch of fucking zombies, right? Because everybody was trying to leave.
Yeah.
So I really like that, and that was really good of them. Like put in. Then you got the survivors. The voice acting is pretty good. But I don't want to steer too off onto other topics because you have what you kind of want to go through. So I'll let you bring those up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give a little shout out to Techland here because I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. Out of any gaming company today, I don't think any other company can compare to Techland with how much love they give their games and how well they listen to their community. The
I
fact that this game is still getting updates to this day is absolutely bonkers, and they keep the game relevant, they keep it clean, and they keep it modernized.
Yeah, I will. I agree with you on that. But recently, because Baldur's Gate 3 came out, uh, I would say that that studio, I don't remember the name for some reason, they did really fucking good with that game. Uh, I played some of it. I played like 4 hours of it. But no, Techland and that studio, holy fuck. They really appreciate the community. They listen to the community, which is a good fucking thing. But they know not to stupid shit like fucking Call of Duty. But no, I will give them credit. I would shout them out too, and like they're really good with their consumers and everything like that.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't played Baldur's Gate yet, but I have played Divinity, which is another series that that company
If
has made,
oh
which
yeah,
is also very phenomenal. But
if
getting
you're
back,
into if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, definitely play Baldur's Gate 3. But go ahead, sorry.
absolutely, I 100% agree with that. But another interesting thing with this game was the character development. I absolutely love the storyline of this game. I'm not gonna lie, I've beaten this game over 10 times, which is that's pretty good of a game. I'm not gonna lie, and just this character in general, like Kyle Crane, with not gonna try to spoil anything here for anyone who has not played this game,
I mean, we could
but
just put a warning because it is such an old game.
yeah, if we do accidentally, but it just Kyle Crane in general, like all the characters had really good development. If you look at, um, what's her face, Jade. You got Jade. You got, the boss of the
Ozan.
building, Raheem. It's just a lot of character development, and from what Kyle Crane started as to what he ended as, they did really good on that.
Yeah. I don't want to go through too much on that because if I say whatever, I think it's gonna spoil the story. But you can tell from the beginning to the end of the game how much of a difference there is, which is in character development form, which is really nice, and love that in a video game when you actually can tell that your character is developed and like you agree with it. That's really big for me, and they did a great job on that. Honestly, like really good job.
Yeah, for sure. With the storyline, there's a lot of zombie games. Unfortunately, even television series or movies, a lot of the scenarios are predictable. But honestly, Dying Light did a pretty decent job of trying to keep things fresh, and they did a really good job in doing like trying to make things that you didn't expect. Like there was a couple moments in this game, and even in Dying Light 2, which I can't wait to discuss about in the future. But there was a lot of twists and turns and I just absolutely loved it. This game kept it fresh, and they always keep it fresh. And honestly, I would do another playthrough of this game. That'd be my 11th.
Yeah, them. But yeah, no, they did keep it fresh. I have not beat this version on the PC, and so I would go through that. And I think I beat it on console, but I don't know. But that's the thing. There's yeah, like with some. I'm gonna throw a jab here at The Last of Us, which is still a pretty good game, but it was kind of like you could predict it. Now, The Last of Us 2, I have not played, but I've seen stuff on it, and it doesn't look as predictable. But no, this was I was surprised around like almost every corner of what would happen. But there was one or two parts in this that were like you could tell, oh, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. You could call it.
Yeah, for sure.
But No, like just in general, the game's really good. Like they when we discuss Dying Light 2, it's 100% going to be a different. I don't want to say 100% a different take on it compared to what we're doing on this one, but it's going to be definitely different.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And The Last of Us was another very great story. I think, honestly, out of any storyline game, Last of Us is definitely up there. I'm not saying it's the best,
Yeah,
but it was definitely really good. It really hooked you with the characters on that one. Another great zombie game.
Red Dead Redemption 2, good story.
For sure.
We could just do a video on stories.
Yeah, we could. Maybe the Red Dead could be another, maybe a future series, possible drop.
Hmm, possible. Watch out for that one.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, like from what Techland did over with Deep Silver, from Dead Island to Dying Light 2, like it's the same concept but two different games completely. Like, and another thing I'm about to mention is the parkour, and that's what Techland was really trying to make an emphasis on with this game. This is why we're different, and this is the parkour. Now, the parkour in the beginning was, when the game first came out, was buggy, of course, because it's new technology, right? New mechanics, and honestly, for back then, the parkour was pretty good. There had its occasional bugs, especially with the grappling hook, but of course, with Techland and the community, everything has been polished very nicely. And what are your thoughts on the parkour in this game?
I love the parkour, especially if you get really good at it. The only thing that first threw me off was the controller scheme for it, where you have to press the top right bumper to jump, right? Because you're playing a game, you think, okay, why is the jump, right? Whatever. Or like if you're on controller, at least. Um, it's just weird that way, but I feel like it did make a pretty good choice for using that button, surprisingly. Um, I don't think many people we know changed it.
No, I definitely did not.
I definitely didn't. It's just it takes a second because you're pressing Y. Like if I'm on controller and I'm like, why am I not jumping? Like, but
And
no, it fits. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to make a comment about the RB. With the RB being in the jump, it was actually a really good choice because in Dying Light 2, they have the pressure. So depending on how hard or how long you hold on to that trigger for, is depending on how high the jump is, which was a really good mix with that RB jump button.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like it as the button too because it leaves. I play claw, so it leaves my uh middle finger is on the bumper, and then I have my pointer finger on X and Y and whatever, right? So it saves me from doing that wonky movement to play Y, to press Y to jump. And it's just when you get really good at the parkour, it just feels so good to press the bumper because it's a bigger bumper. It's more in your hand, so you're kind of like, yeah, I'm more engaged with this button because I'm using it to jump and saving my life, which might not make sense to most people, but I really think they did a good choice with the controller scheme. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And what's another thing I wanted to mention here? With this, what in your opinion with this game, what do you think could be improved upon?
I feel like if this had Dying Light 2's parkour, that would be like superb. Like that would be 10 out of 10, like 100%. Uh, Maybe a bigger choice of weapons,
More variety, yeah.
more variety there. The costumes are perfect. Like we have so many of them, like it doesn't matter. Maybe making your own costume, kind of like in Dying Light 2, would be cool.
Yeah.
But
Okay. No.
uh, visually, this game to me is still holding up, so nothing there. Um, the gore is pretty good. I
Yes.
don't think I improve that at all. There's not much like improvement unless you want to kind of get into the following where they could improve the card, like the driving.
Oh, there's not any driving at all in this game, so even just the driving alone is a whole nother feature.
Yeah, it would be cool if we had like maybe like a motorcycle throughout the city. or
Okay.
something like that, like small vehicles. That'd be cool. I'd mess with that.
There are a lot of motorcycles in a lot of different zombie games.
Yeah, that's true.
That is the popular pick. My thoughts
I mean,
on
it
the
does make you
game,
feel badass.
yeah, badass, of course. But my thoughts on this game, honestly, like how you mentioned the visuals, Dying Light 2 actually implemented recently the visuals from Dying Light 1 into Dying Light 2. So if you missed that like grim and gloomy aesthetic, you can now,
Gritty.
it has its own aesthetic in Dying Light 2's graphic settings now, which I haven't myself not tried yet, but I am excited to.
Neither have I.
But my only really real complaint with like real change with this game would probably be the open world. Like they did a good job with it with like the buildings and like the atmosphere, but I'm just talking about like realistically there's not much you can really do. Like it's kind of just killing, searching, and just a very I'm not going to lie, the side missions are kind of they're kind of dry. I'm not too big of a
Except
fan.
for the twin side mission. That was probably like the
Tolga
best.
and Fatine, yes, they are a very huge meme in this game.
Is that considered a side mission?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah.
It's I maybe yeah, no, it is because you talk to I can't remember his name, but he's the big man around the town. I don't remember his name, but
Yeah,
they work for him.
Rise or something like that.
No, they don't. No, they
No?
don't. Rise is the bad guy.
Oh, Breckham?
No, they don't work for Breckham either. Breckham's the tower leader. He's like a multimillionaire. He's like some engineer CEO.
Okay. I don't know the name.
Yeah, no, he's just a side mission character.
Okay.
All right, and we're gonna wrap things up here with just an overall like, what's your thoughts on the overall game for anyone who's new to it?
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's if they never played it, they should definitely go buy it. It's probably cheap. Go play it. Fucking have some fun with it. It's a four-person co-op. Go for it for your friends. You have the best time ever. Hilarious what you can do together. Um, yeah. What would you say to them like to get them into this game?
I completely forgot to mention that this is in fact a four-player co-op game. Now, with the previous, like honestly, Dying Light, Dead Island, honestly, if you haven't played either, go out and play them. You're not going to get a better co-op zombie experience. I can guarantee you that. And with friends, it definitely makes this game a lot better. But even without, it's still a great game. Dead Island, Dying Light, you know, they're the exact. They're almost kind of the same, just two different storylines, two different movements.
I have to add one more thing, but that's the good points. Customization, I think I did hit on it a little bit, but a lot of skins, like a lot of cool skins. They got skins that represent countries' flags, which is really cool. I think we might do a separate video for DLC,
Yeah,
and
most
then
likely. There's a lot. There's quite a couple
there's
DLC in this.
like 4 or 5 DLC. Main game I don't think we mentioned is 2 maps. I don't think that's not really kind of spoiler, but it could be depending what you've seen on it or haven't seen. But there's this map and then Old Town, which is a really good map. Lots of rooftops for your parkour and
A
everything. I
lot
really
of
like
rooftops.
parkouring a lot in Old Town. That's where I spent most of my time. I would say. But anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the final notes on. If you haven't played this game, definitely try it out. If you haven't played in a while, come back to it because Techland is always adding new stuff to
Yeah,
their game,
could have
keeping it
changed
fresh.
from the last time that you played. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's it for this video.
Alright.
I hope you guys enjoyed. If so, leave a like, subscribe, support the channel down below. Check out Hunt and Pros in the channel. Very good friend of
Yeah.
mine. We're gonna be doing future videos together. And yeah, we'll see you
Yeah.
guys in the next video, which will be, what do you think, Dying Light 2? Or do you want to do the following?
Yeah. We should do the following because we already did Dying Light 1.
All right. See you guys in the following video. Peace.
Peace out.